Today's episode is brought to you by Hardscape Ceiling Supply, your go-to source for top-tier ceiling products made for the grind. Whether you're protecting pavers, concrete, or natural stone, they've got the gear and guidance to help your jobs last longer and shine brighter. Trusted by pros who know the difference. From prep to finish, seal the deal with Hardscape Ceiling Supply. From cleaning to sealing, restoration to protection. They support pros who know the difference. Available exclusively at Daytona Pressure North, located at 2323 North State Street, building number 138, Bunnell, Florida. And tell them you heard it here on the Clean Humor Podcast.
This November 4th through the 5th, the Panhandle Expo takes over Panama City Beach. The #1 free event for pressure washing and soft washing contractors. Learn from the best in the industry with powerful training sessions that will sharpen your skills and help grow your business. Experience top vendors, hands-on demonstrations, and the latest equipment live and in action. Network with contractors from across the country at the Edgewater Beach and Golf Resort. November 5th and 6th. Registration is free, but spots go fast. Register today at panhandleexpo.com.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Clean Humor Podcast. And I'm Anthony. I'm here with the host with the most, Trudy. Welcome from Panhandle Power Wash Supply, the Queen of Clean. We got a good show for you tonight. But before we get into all that, big things are happening in November, guys, down in Panama City Beach. It's Panhandle Expo 2025 show. Contractors, vendors, the industry leaders all coming together for 2 days event. It's a very exciting event. Everybody need to go to www.panhandleexpo.com, get registered for that event. We're going to have a good show down there in November. I look forward to it. It's time to get it geared up and get it going. And let's make this thing happen. And we all just going to come down there and have a good time. There will be all of the stuff we're doing will be popping up on the screen throughout the podcast tonight. So we're going to try not to get into all of that again. We'll get into it next week some and everything. But our guest tonight, one guy I know very well. He's my brother. I love him to death. He's just always there to give words of encouragement to you when you're feeling down or blue or whatever. And you get around him and you're feeling down, you just perk up, man, because he just got that attitude to him. And that's Jared Swan. Then he's got his buddy B-Rad. Over here is Brad Williams. Is with us tonight. Just met him tonight. Hoping he's going to be down there at Panhandle with us so I can meet him in person. So guys, what's up? What are we going to talk about?
Welcome everybody.
Yes. Hey, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Isn't it true though? Jared's like a bolt of lightning when he walks into a room.
Man, he ain't lying.
Boom! It's just crazy when he comes in. Everybody just like draws like a big old magnet, just all that energy and it's just crazy. I love it.
Or they run is what you're saying. It's either good or bad, right?
Yeah. You're an attractor. No.
Man, Jared, we got your fan club here tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, I just wanted to make sure that you were here to hear this. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah. How you doing, Brad? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, doing really awesome. Just running like crazy. Got a lot going on. A lot of good things. A lot of things though. But it's good to see you, Trudy. It's good to meet you, Anthony. And I talk to you all the time, so
Yeah.
It happens. Me and Brad talk pretty often. I'm bugging him all the time.
So I'm gonna blow a little sunshine for you, Jared, a little bit here. I have one of the things that's really been on my mind lately is this concept that when we're up against something we want to do, a goal, a problem, whatever, it's not how, it's who. And Jared and I are working on something. And the reason that Jared and I are working on it, why Jared's working on it, is because he really is the who that's going to solve the how. So it's always a pleasure, sir.
Yeah, man, this guy's so nice.
Yeah.
Man, all these checks we're gonna be cashing next week when they come to the mail, boy. I hope your bank account Oh, no.
Do these earphones have an extender on them?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time getting through the door, man. I hope everybody in my household's listening to this. That's all I got to say.
So when I met Brad, he was you're still doing the marketing and all that kind of stuff, and that was what about 5 years ago? Probably. I met you guys all at the same time.
Yeah. We were in. I want to say we were invited to your event.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first place that we met. And that had to have been the first or second year?
2001 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah. And we came, I think that was the first time we met at your event, and you were just running around like crazy. I didn't think I even met you till late in the event.
Yeah, no, that doesn't change. I still run around like an idiot. Just go.
You have to throw a lasso out there if you want to catch Trudy.
Yeah.
So, hey, come here. We need you over here.
I'll be slower this year, I promise.
I have to go chase her down, and she says, "Just handle the problem."
Yeah.
Like,
you deal with it. I don't know how.
Jared, did we meet about the same time? Was that how that worked?
Yeah, I think we met. Brad and I met about that same time too. We've all come into this relationship pretty much in that same time frame, all in the same events and space and everything. It's like Trudy. I've known Trudy for longer, obviously, but it's within the same couple of years that it all started. So it's good.
Yeah, and just the people. You surround yourself with the people that you're like. Most alike, the positivity, the energetic, the ones that want to go and help others and guide them and mentor them and just show them, what being not competitors is all about. I mean, we're not competitors, even though we have been. It's not about that. It's about building the relationships and with people that are so like-minded that you help each other grow and expand instead of stepping on them to get to the top by yourself. And it's all the people that I surround myself with is like that, and I love it. And I know you guys are just like that. Anthony I don't know, he showed up at an event and now he's helped running it every damn year. So he just showed up, and that's how
you just fit in where you fit in.
You do.
Yeah.
I think we all have the same, interests, right? The same like-minded interests. We want to see, people succeed. Ultimately, everybody's in this industry to gain something, right? And it's either a better life, or they're wanting to grow something that they've never grown, a career, or they're wanting to turn it into an empire. You know what I mean? Something huge. And everybody has, all different walks and different backgrounds. But what I love is that when we all come together, especially at these type of events, or when we're doing education, it's amazing to be able to just partner up with everybody and help everybody advance forward. I feel like there's been so many bottlenecks for so many years, and in a lot of industries, it's like, oh, pay for my class and I'll teach you this last little thing, or one little, the YouTube, type of process. Well, in every industry it happens, right? And I love that. I think that every one of us all have vested interest in seeing everybody succeed in this industry. So that's what I like to draw from, is helping people along that line.
Well, Antonio Curry, I just seen your comment, and congratulations. And I thought you figured out what caused that, but I guess you needed to. But no, congratulations. And let's say hi. We've got Chris Bergner, Patrick Adams on here, Southwest Technology. Colin Steele and Antonio Curry's on here. Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm sure there's more, but they're the only ones that commented. But no, John Tornabendi's here. Next week. So I'm
change hats now.
Yeah, there it is.
On me.
I can see his back there in the background too.
I got 5 of them back here. I'm not, hat bragging or anything, but I do get 5. Oh, Kyle Bentley's here, but so everybody welcome. And Antonio Curry, congratulations. I hope your baby girl is going to be healthy and happy at the last one. So anyway, marketing, we are going to be doing a marketing class at the Panhandle Expo this year. and it's going to be one that part of it is going to be dumbed down. That's my part. And then there's going to be Barry's part that's going to be all technical and all kinds of technical things that I know nothing about.
The technical things, right? Well, there's so many different ways of running a business, right? And there's so many different avenues. And what's cool is that in this industry, people can do it, at a what I like to call boots on the ground, as affordable as possible, making every financial decision, make sense, that expenditure that you have, right? And thinning out everything and running the business as fast, and lean as possible. And then there's other avenues that run advertising and that push it back, and I've seen both. And in my own personal business, when I used to wash, I remember, I'll never forget, my mom asked me, she's like, I don't think you go out and knock enough doors, and I don't think you are like talking to enough people. And I'm like, Mom, I spend $2,000 a month on Google ads. I'm not knocking any doors. The phones are ringing and I'm answering them, and I'm going to go do estimates, right? And I was like, and that's when I'm milking that. And I'm like, I'll knock on doors there after I get, those jobs, but I'm not drumming up business the old school way, like the way you thought, it needed to be. And what's cool is that a lot of people have grown huge businesses like that, right? And so I love this part of what we're going to be able to bring at the show is we'll be able to talk, both aspects on it, because I know Trudy does a ton of really cool, really unique things that are just you tell people your little stops, your stop ins, and you talk to, property managers, and you give treats and here's dog treats. I know you got a dog, that type of stuff where it costs very little amounts of money, right? And doesn't require a ton of head, space thinking and a ton of planning. You can put a route together, go make it happen, and it can instantly drum up business, right? And then there's other ways that, if you're sitting back pushing ads, building a system, building a website that can convert people, then, you can run business a little differently, right? And it's not that one way is the perfect way over everything else, in my opinion. Well, what I like about having somebody like Brad in here is like Brad's knowledge is huge, man. Like in terms of his scale, I love looking to him for education, and I love looking to him for insights, and his wife Niggy is fantastic too. And seeing all the levels, like I will look at things because I come from a background where things are cheaper, affordable, or I'm doing it, bootstrapped, and then I might spend money to solve problems. And then Brad's super cool because he comes from a background, he's like, well, we could spend money and solve this problem immediately and then just move on. And I can handle this. Watch, like, yeah, he encourages me in those ways, but it's a different mindset, right? And it's super cool. So I don't know. I think that this show is going to be good because we'll be able to do a lot of question and answers, for people as well, and be able to get insight from guys who are struggling and having questions. But I mean, anybody in this chat that has questions, they're more than welcome to ask now too. But I know that I want to give Brad may not be able to spend the whole time because of his schedule and his late night tendencies. But Brad, give me some insight on or what you think, in terms of this, like marketing, biggest impacts at scale. Before if you have to get off, I don't want you to just miss that opportunity there, because I want to hear from you, bro.
That's a big question. Well, I'm gonna stay on theme for a second.
Okay.
I want to kind of pull back to what I said before about who, not how, and what this conversation we just had about like who you're surrounding yourself with. And the truth is, whatever like puzzle you're trying to solve in business, and my good friend Matt calls them riddles, but whatever riddle you're trying to solve in business, there's a real good chance that there's somebody within a couple of degrees of you that's been down that road. Ooh. That already has a solution. And I think some of the things that I see that disappoint me when it comes to marketing is the unfortunate reputation that gets developed around you having a professional help you. Like I think something I'm really trying to live in my own life is the idea of 80. Everybody's familiar with the 80-20 principle, right? And basically it's that 20% of what you do gets 80% of the results, right? And we all have a 20%. Right? In your business, you have a 20%. Like Like, and Trudy, like, and I mean this in like the most complimentary way. Like, I think you are like the extremely hands-on person. Like your 20% is like in the trenches, right? And when you're operating there, you have like a 10x return on that, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's probably some things in the business that you don't feel like come as easily. And that's why you work with somebody like Jared and Alana.
Yeah.
Because they fill a gap. And I think that as business owners, when we stop, so with our marketing, and I think marketing is something that feels like a whole lot of small business owners, when we stop saying like, I need to understand all of it, instead, how can I find the right who in my life, whether that's a professional that I hire, which could be a wonderful investment. I know there's been a lot of bad investments and people have hired people that have taken their money. And that's what I mean. That's what's the unfortunate part.
Yeah.
There's really good investments out there, or going to an event like Panhandle and finding a couple other business owners that have already solved that problem. Because I'm guarantee you that whatever you have, there's another person there that has figured that out. And so when we
200, 300 people, they should be.
Yeah.
Like, I got a secret in my pocket that you can't know. And we start thinking, how do we share our experiences? That's the secret. And so we can say like marketing, you know, your accounting, like your hiring processes, we could solve all those things that way. We don't have to make them complicated. We can go, and it's like when they sit in your class, Trudy, you've done the things you're going to teach. I know you don't teach stuff that like are just ideas. You're teaching stuff that you've done successfully in the past.
Yeah.
Everybody should be taking notes on that.
Yeah.
Like, what can I learn from her experience? Like, Jared, like you guys live out this market. Like, your track record of success in the industry is huge. So when you're sharing stuff, you're sharing based on that track record. And so the answer, I'm going to kind of defer back to you guys, is leaning into the knowledge that other people have. Like that would be like my secret, right?
Yeah.
To marketing. And then I'll give you like one more. If you guys want me to keep talking, I'm going to keep talking.
Keep talking. That's what you're here for.
I think one, who do you need in your world that can solve that? And then I want to turn that on the other side of the coin. So not just with the help. So on the same theme of who is it that you want to do business with you? Who is it you like doing business? And better yet, who is it that likes doing business with you?
Yeah.
Which is that when you have, and I know everybody, we have customers that were like, if I don't get out of here, you know, yesterday, it won't be soon enough.
Yeah.
And then we have customers that are like, it makes my day to go do work at their property. Like, this is the best part. This is why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you wake up in the morning and you are just not wanting to go to do what you have to do or be around the people that you have to be around that day, there's a problem there.
Yeah.
You know, it shouldn't be a job. You know, it shouldn't be a job. It should be your career. It should be your livelihood. You know, once it's a job, you know, doing dishes is a job. I don't want to do that all day long, you know. So, if I leave it in the sink and pray that Shane has done the dishes by the time I get home, it's a win for me. But, you know, you should feel good about who you're around and what you're doing. So I get that.
And so I think that like the shift, right, that we can make as business owners is our tendency is to be product led, right? Like, what service do I offer and why is it better than everybody else's? But the truth is your customers, this who is just cares about the solution they get. They just, they care about, what does this solve for me? How does this make my life better? How does this, you know, whether it's getting the HOA off my back because I need to get my roof cleaned, or it's because I just really don't feel really proud about my house when it has a little bit of, you know, mildew on it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem that they care about. They don't really care what machines you use, what chemicals you use. They just don't care about a lot of things that we take pride in, how we do it. They care about the solution. And so I think that the formula for marketing is to say, who are the people that make my day and I make their day?
Yeah.
What is it they love about what I do? And how can I go find more of them?
Right.
You don't need everybody. I think that's the other part with marketing is, and the big thing that I would always challenge is, you don't need every customer. You need more of the right customers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so be willing to speak directly to them, even if you know, and that's what kind of what we do is we're like, but I want to say things that attract everybody. No, say the things that attract the people who appreciate you, and let it sort out those ones that don't appreciate you and they don't even call you, because it's never worth it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that I hope that answers your question, Jared, but that's just where
That's
my mind's
fire.
at right now.
That's
True.
That's so
True,
good.
not how.
It is. And it's right, man. I mean, in terms of what we do and what the effort that we put out there for our company and how we're going to grow it, man, it's spot on, bro. I love it. Never fails. Brad always brings fire.
Yeah, always.
Always.
I did a post the other day about, how do you handle when a customer comes out and starts telling you how to do your job?
Yeah.
And the answers I get is just hilarious. There's some things that are just like, I asked them to, I'm the professional, please go inside and I'll knock on the door when I'm done. Or then the other guy's like, I just hand them the wand and say, here, you can do it better. Go right ahead. I'm just like, whoa,
They turn around and they're standing.
So my dad always told me, he said, tell a customer, this is my price, $100, right? If you watch, it's 150. It's 200.
It's 200.
Yeah, he's trying to help.
But going back to your point about the right customer, man, like everybody, that's one thing I think a lot of guys get caught up in. And I made that mistake when I was in it too, like especially in advertising, right? If you start spending money, you're like, I want every person, right? You don't, right? Real quickly, you don't want every person. There's a lot of customers that you're like, no, right? Not even close. I don't want to ever see you again. I don't want to come to your house again, and finding what your specialty is in. I saw Torn Beanie just said that, exactly the same thing. It's like finding your niche, right? In the industry. Like, and when I used to wash, I had my entire website was built around big houses. All my videos were around multi-million-dollar houses. In my area, that's all, that's what we had. And so it helped me so much when I was doing my Google ads and when I pushed myself, because when I showed up to the customer's house, we had a big rig, we had nice outfits, we had the whole setup, and they were like, immediately they would like, oh, this is going to cost me money. And I was like, yeah, and you're going to like it too. I promise you, you're going to be so happy because you're not even going to blink twice. Everything's going to be taken care of, And then there's the bad customers or not bad customers, but customers that weren't for me that would cause problems immediately, and you're like, nope, not ideal. But I did have customers often that would ask us, and they would say, hey, because they could tell based on our brand, right? Because they could immediately tell because of our Google, because of our pictures in our profile, because of our website, because of our customer service, how we answered the phones. They immediately thought that we only took care of really high-end houses. And so they would ask me on the phone, hey, do you guys take care of normal people's houses? I loved that. Like, that was my favorite thing. Yeah. And I was like, and I would be like, oh, can you tell me more about it? My house is like 2,300 square feet, 2,400. I'm like, man, that is perfect. And my ideal customer, I'll share with you, my ideal customer was because of where my industry, where I was, Central Florida. It was a 74-year-old lady, right? And and her husband was busy and on doing things, but that was what we had idealized as my ideal customer. And I loved talking to them, and they loved talking to me, right? And I loved helping them, and they had money to solve problems, and they had things to do, right? And they wanted their house to look good for their friends that were coming over for drinks and cocktails. And so it was always quick, and I had to act quick for them and had to service them right away, but they paid right away. They were, like Brad said, they were the best customer. I was so excited to go do those jobs that I was like, oh, I'll be here all day long, baby. I don't care. This is me and my crew. We love doing this. But I think when it comes to your marketing, when it comes to your brand, like how you portray yourself, online, there's a huge portion, part to that, especially like going back in your niche, like when you see certain people, that they're specialists in certain things, right? Like you can see a lot of guys where you're like, oh, that dude washes this all the time, or like some guys that do hood vent cleaners, I can always tell those guys apart from everybody else. I'm like, that dude is a specialist, it's nice to see. But your brand, you want to position your brand in the industry on your website, in your Google, in everything you do, even free and in paid, towards that ideal customer. That's my big push that I constantly have to remind myself, is that not everybody is my customer.
And, I say all the time is, you don't go out to find customers, you go out to build relationships. So you have a continuous employment. Every year they're going to call you because they like you, they feel comfortable, you did a great job, and you built that relationship where they're not calling around. We have a company that's Spanky's pressure washing. every year. There's old ladies. She's probably not even here anymore, but every year for 12 years at least, she calls us, "Is this Spanky's?" And we're like, "No, ma'am, this is Classic Touch. Here's Spanky's number." I mean, I'm ready for her. Every time she calls,
so nice.
she calls the same time every year. But you know, we know Spanky's, but it's just like that's the relationship. She trusts him, so she calls every number asking for him because she can't remember his number. So.
Dude, so good. That's so awesome.
But it is.
You just send Spanky some refrigerator magnets or something.
Yeah, I know.
Serious. Man, I had an older lady call me at the shop one time, and she was like, "Yeah, he used to wash for me." And one of the guys was like, "He don't do that anymore, ma'am. That's not his thing."
Well, a question for y'all guys: if I was just starting out and I called y'all and I needed some marketing done, and I had to build my rig and everything, I had $20,000. I'm gonna start this business with 20 grand. I got to get my rig, I get my machines, and I got to put marketing, got to get shirts, everything. Is it possible? I mean, how much marketing would you be getting after, when you're going to spend majority of that on your rig?
Right.
Really.
So I'm just going to say just at the beginning, and the main part of it here is like, starting out, man, I'm not a big person on spending advertising dollars right when you start, right? Like I'm big on you get your feet out there because what you spend advertising for and what you spend money for, because it's the same thing in washing, right? You spend money on equipment and advertising to buy you time. When you're broke and you ain't got no jobs booked, brother, all you got is time. So get your butt out there and start doing what Trudy said, building some relationships, shaking some hands. Yeah,
out there.
Exactly. So I would say spend all the money on the rig. I don't care. You know what I mean? In reality, you can, but you can gear it different ways. But the most important thing to me, honestly, when you especially starting out, is getting the craft down, understanding that you're a professional, and that you know what you're doing, right? And then helping as many people as you can to just get there, to start getting a proof of concept, right? Free marketing, right? And start asking for their friends, asking for their referrals. Like what Trudy said, and I know not enough people talk about this just in general, calling your last season's book of sales, right? Like I can't tell you how many people I talk to on the regular there. I'm like, did you call last year's, it's April. Did you call last year April's, sales? And people are like, no. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, it's for those people have already paid you. They already trusted you to come to your house. They've already, everything, right? So I'm always on returning that customer as much as possible and doing it. But in terms of like, if you're going to spend some money, so to just kind of answer it a little bit into the marketing side of it, if you're going to spend money, man, you've got to have a web presence, right? And so to me, a website's huge because it's like an online portfolio. It's going to help customers to see you, to learn more about you. It's more than your Google. It's more than your Facebook. It's your space, right? Your core representation of what your company is. And so that was a huge part of what I did in my company. And I spent $10,000 on my website way back when because we funneled ads to it. That was all its purpose was just an ad driven website to close customers, right? And to move them through. Once you get down the road, then you build a system like that, right? You build that and help do it. But to me, I think your website is a big core piece to it, and having you have to have all the stuff, branding, like your business cards. You have to have stuff that you can hand people, and then but my big thing is you got to be able to organize all this, right? Like in some way, shape, or form. What I like about the simple systems that we do on some of our websites is they have some of the back end stuff that holds customers' information, right? And so even if you don't want to be writing notes and taking notes on paper, as you grow it just becomes harder and harder. So that's my 2 cents on it. Long, like Brad would say.
Yeah. Okay.
What
you say long story long.
Long story long. Oh, let me say hey to Leona. I can't even say it. I can't. My goodness. Luis Rodriguez, Lionel Perez, that came out that time. Ron Musgraves is here. And
my dogs.
JB Hoover's here, and he has a question. He said, when you have a presence, how do you narrow down where you should spend more?
Oh man. So real quick, I don't want to go long on this one again, but I want to just say one thing on just spinning it, right? I learned something super early on that it's you focus right? It's an acronym, right? You follow one course until success, right? So if you are working on one thing I hate about people that market is they just throw stuff on the wall and they're hoping everything will stick. I'm going to put a little bit of money here. I'm going to put a little bit of money here. I'm going to put a little bit of money here. I only spent money on Google advertising for the first 3 years of my business. That was it. I put stuff on Facebook for cool things, LinkedIn, yada, 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 because that's what I was geared towards, right? And I told people, when I maximize this and I get the most out of this and I stop growing this, then I'll move on to something else. That was my main thing. So in my immediate push to that and kind of geared is going, if you've got something that's working for you immediately that you've tried, right? It's our job in a business to pull a lever. Like you put money in the top, we want to pull a lever, more money comes out the bottom, right? If you put money in the top, you pull the lever and less comes out the bottom, that is wrong. Don't do that. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah, I see you, bro. And that's a big thing, man. That to me is a huge piece to it. So trying things that work and seeing and proof of concept, A/B testing stuff, but making sure it works. Anything that's organic, that works organic, is going to work with paid. I know that for a fact in any business. That's not just this industry, that's all industries. If you put something, I'm trying not to be too frank, if you put something fire out there, man, and a lot of people are watching it, and a lot of people are responding to it, put some ads behind that and see what it'll do and see that reach that it'll give you, right? In that same aspect.
Yeah. I know when I started, it was like Facebook, just posting stuff on Facebook. And we got busy, and then COVID hit, in which, everything shut down. All the commercial stuff they stopped. I mean, we ain't cleaning nothing till we know what the world's going to do. Well, and then I watched the principal's house in the town we lived in, and after that, it just Facebook, him, friends, his mom, his aunt, his cousin, teachers started calling me. We watched more houses in that season of COVID than I probably have the whole time I've been in business.
That's awesome.
And I mean, it's not that I don't like doing houses. I do houses, but I'm more commercial. Right. I love the commercial work. I love going out cleaning restaurants, gas stations and stuff. I mean, but I'll clean houses too. I mean, that's easy money. That's money I stick in my pocket. But yeah, I mean, just, if you're out there, just, starting out, just plug yourself, man, as much as you can. You may have to wash some relatives' houses for free and get them to give you a shout out on Facebook and stuff. I mean, because, if you just out there just doing, most people houses are 2,000 square feet or less in my area, unless you get in the ritzy neighborhoods. So you go wash your aunt's house. I mean, you're going to spend an hour there if you got the right equipment, if that. I mean, so what? You waste an hour of your time. She's finna put you on Facebook and say, hey, so-and-so, I'm a nephew, pressure washer and all this stuff. And boom, there you go.
But it's not just that. It's your pictures that you get to take too, right? And it's your opportunity to put it on your Google listing. The last thing that you should ever have is 20 pictures on your Google My Business. Like if I go on somebody's, profile and you got 20 pictures, I'm gonna smack you, right? Like you got to have a ton of concept. Like people, and especially if you've got 2 reviews and 20 pictures, okay, it makes sense. But if you've got 200 reviews and no pictures, you bought those, right? No, people want to see it. People want to see your work. And then when it comes to paid and spending money, on things, I always looked at how I would spend my money is I wouldn't let it run itself up, right? Like you can't just run ads and just go, I want to run an endless amount. I would set a limit, or I would set a per day limit. And one thing that I think that helped me, just to kind of go back to starting, the hardest thing that I think I had to deal with was I answered the phones and I washed the roofs, right? And I hated that because I couldn't have guys up on the roof, so I was up on the roof. And so I would have leads running and generating calls, and I would answer the call, and the customer would be like, can I get a quote? Yeah, I can. I'll have to call you back when I get off this roof, and I'd like to stop by, yada yada yada. But in terms of that process, it was so difficult. You have to be available to answer the phones. You have to make yourself available to close those leads, right? And then once you're running an ad, if you're running creative and you have ads that are working successfully, don't just like I said with a credit card, you can't let it go and just run rampage, right? Across everything. You want it to grow slowly and make sure that every amount you're spending is working. So in 1 month, and how I did it in Google Ads, I would spend about $2,000 a month in Google Ads. if I wanted to see how much it would do the next season or the next month, I may bump it up to 2,500. I may bump it up to 3,000, but I'm never ever going to let it get to $7,000 and then not, you know what I mean, not know what I'm doing and data that I'm looking at there. So never let it. Always stay in control, I think, is the big key piece.
I'm glad that was a short answer.
Yeah, we got a good question here. Dane Jackson just asked a question. He said, does anybody have a pressure washing business at the top line over $1 million, single location? If so, I have question.
There's several people that have that, depending on where you're at. All over the nation, there's several people. I've got 2 or 3 in my local town that we have it that are over that. And a lot of those guys they're running a whole different machine. You know, at that level, they've got mechanics, and a lot of times in their own space, they're doing work overnight to keep that thing running, and those rigs are running wild.
Does anyone notice the Q1 versus Q2 margins are down?
You mean just overall numbers are down? Your margins shouldn't be down. Your margins should always stay good, brother.
Okay. No, I don't know. So I mean,
the numbers could be down. Is it slower for people? I don't see it being slower. I think I see it being busier. But I'm in Central Florida, right? There's no season for us. It's constantly kicking. All the guys that are down here know it slows down in January. That's about it.
Well, yeah, we can be out pressure washing and hang lights the same day. You know, it's just
wash your house in the morning, Christmas light it up.
Put your Christmas lights on when we get through.
But back, you know, what you're saying about minimal money to go marketing, like, you know, I made that T-shirt that says, "I may talk pressure washing at any time." I wore that out, and people stopped me. It's like, "What do you mean?" And then I explained what I do. I landed 2 jobs just by wearing a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And, you know, I go wear that and I go eat lunch and people are just looking at me. And it's like, it's just a weird shirt and they want to see what it says and they read. And it's like, why is this little woman want to talk about pressure washing? You know, and it gets their attention. And, you know, it's just something like that, just going to your local eateries and just sitting next to some. You're at lunch, you've been pressure washing all day. You sit and, you know, hey, do you mind if I sit next to you? I smell a little bit. You know, like cleaning solutions. This is what I do. You know, just bring up conversation. You know, I've been asked, did you just get done swimming? And I got my dirt from my ankles to my knees. I'm like, do I look like I just been swimming? No, I've been surface cleaning all day. You know, it's like, but just, you know, when you're first starting out, just doing stuff like that doesn't cost anything except for your lunch. You know, it's just talking and, you know, just in your local neighborhoods. And like Anthony said, he pressure washed the principal's house and your aunt's house. All these neighborhoods now have Facebook groups. They have Nextdoor. So if you do a great job, say, hey, do you mind posting this on the, you know, your neighborhood Facebook or on Nextdoor? So, you know, there's a lot of things you can do. If you're shy and you're introverted and you're not willing to go out there and put in the work, you may never make it as far as other people. You may never make it to your dreams, and just don't give up on yourself. Just try and push and have confidence in who you are and what you can do. And that's going to get you to work.
Yeah. Tiffany got a good question. She said she's in New England. Any ideas on how to stay busy during the winter months? My thing is in the winter when mine slows down, which we do restaurants all year round, but still there's a slow time where we got a month or 2 that we don't do nothing because they got to get their budgets ready and they got to set their schedules up for their inspections and all that stuff. What I do, I put my boots to the ground. I'm out. I'm still giving out stuff, giving out information.
That's good.
Getting them restaurants that I don't have, you know, a gas station and stuff like that. That's one of the successful things that I've done.
That's great.
That just helps keep it going. I mean, we put a bid on some on 4 more restaurants this week, and
that's awesome.
We're gonna get it. I'm not gonna say I hope we get it. We're gonna get it.
Yeah,
you'll get it. But it's just.
But that'd be me. I mean, these other guys, they may have something else to put in mind to stay busy. I mean, I know you want money coming in, but you got to get out there to get the revenue coming to you before you can keep the money coming in. And the only way you're going to do that is get out there and push yourself and get yourself out there.
And you already know that this time of year is slow for you. So, starting out it's going to be hard, but if you use that slow time to do what Anthony said, market, get your name out there, just, cold calls, do everything you can so you can build up your next year, so you have that income, so it stretches through, the cold years and your slow season. But, it's, I don't have that problem. I mean, we had snow this year.
She said it's hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But marketing and
you had 3 days of snow and you about died, Trudy.
And I couldn't even enjoy it. It was very sad. But 7 inches of snow in Florida, that was a lot.
In terms of seasons, from what I know about seasonal business, right? The one thing about seasonal business that's different from all year round business is that you have the vamping. I want to call it it's the ramp up, right? So where the good contractors, where the good companies take the most opportunity is during those, my dog Casey, during those crazy times when they know everybody's about to stop washing, right? So right now fall changes, the leaves are happening, it's about to start getting cold. Before the water freezes, a lot of people clean their gutters, a lot of people do that type of exterior work. So gutter cleaning, windows outside, right? Getting the home prepped for the winter is a huge thing to do. So what you need to take the mentality is like a teacher, right? A teacher is a teacher their whole life. Sometimes they pick up part-time work in the summer, but during the summer they're off, right? They plan for that. So you need to plan for that too in your business and go, we're gonna work 12-hour days, brother, in November. We're gonna work ourselves to death in November, because in December, January, February, March, we're gonna be lucky to have anything. Like Anthony said, we're gonna be doing commercial door knocking. But when the time goes down, I see those comments coming and going over here.
He doesn't even slow down. He doesn't even.
He ain't even started.
Oh man!
I just like to help people, man. This is awesome. I love the questions.
So another thing that a lot of contractors do up north, obviously, prepare for the winter. If you've got leaves and stuff on your roof and it snows, that's going to add more weight to clean that up, like you said. God, I can't. But this is a great time to do maintenance on your equipment as well.
Yeah.
Get it made, do all the maintenance on it and get it winterized, and then it's ready to go when you start up. You know how many stories I hear, hey, I winterized it, but I can't get it to run. And I'm like, well, did you give it a tune up? What did you do? Well, I didn't do nothing. Okay, Casey's got a question for you. Jared.
All right. Shoot it, Casey.
Hit it.
Go ahead, Jared. I mean, Casey. Sorry.
Inappropriate. I know it.
You may not want to know this question.
We might just need to call it Karen. We're waiting patiently.
Everybody. Oh man. Hopefully the moderators might not even approve it. It might be so PG-R rated. Oh, you crazy. For free, man. I'll be over there next week. I'm gonna try to stop by.
You require a box of pears at least every other week.
That's it. Send me my pears.
What you got, Casey? You got pears? I got pears. All right, go ahead. Sorry. We're fighting over Jared right now on live stream.
All right, I'll just go right ahead.
How about we go back
to put over Brad? He just sat there with a smile on his face like, I don't know what to say.
This is the weirdest podcast I've ever been on.
Yeah, I mean, I want to throw something out there though, because I have a little bit two things, and they're both super obvious, but let me throw them out there. One, I've got a good friend of mine here in North Carolina that is a chimney sweep.
Ooh.
And extremely seasonal work. People do not care about their chimney in July.
That's true. You're right.
Yes, you do. And they don't care about the chimney in July. But here's his strategy. He makes a crap ton of money from October to April, and then he goes to the beach for a couple of months in the summer. You can make your business model work seasonally. That's your choice.
That's good.
Now he budgets that way, right? He works 16-hour days when he makes hay when the sun is shining, and then he lets himself off the hook when it's not. He builds his business around it. So I think that's option one. Option two is, it's again, like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be a broken record tonight.
You're
If
good.
you know who you serve,
Yeah.
what other things do those people need in the winter? What do they buy in the winter? Well, if you're in New England, I mean, do the kind of people that pay to have their houses cleaned want to snow blow their sidewalks and patios? Because that just happens over and over and over.
Yeah.
I spent a winter in New England. All it does is snow over and over again. Like, do you think they want to clean off their driveways themselves? And I know that's a super obvious thing, but like, what other thing does your customer spend money on in the season when you literally can't wash because it's 0 degrees outside? So
I think Tiffany, go get that money, honey.
Yeah, you just got. You gonna hustle, or are you gonna plan?
And they're the same customers too, right? To Brad's point, they're the same.
You already got the relationship
saying,
built,
hey,
so just say, hey, look, we'll come and scrape your driveway, your sidewalk.
It's the best marketing, man. Your current customers, Jared nailed it, man. I think it's the comment of the night. Like your past customers are the best source for your new marketing, right? They're way more likely to open your emails, see your posts, and answer your calls.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna touch. We got another subject we ain't touched on yet, and we're
what country is New England?
That is
got Phil and Casey in the house.
This little AI thing we got popping up all over the place.
All the fake
Jared's been on Facebook talking about how it's changing his life or.
Don't get me excited. Don't get me excited.
I mean, he's even got one of them cars. He sat in the passenger seat and mash a button. It take him down to the local convenience store, so he can ride around and just drink all he wants and stuff.
That's it.
And the car never get stopped, pulled over for DUI.
Can't bust me. Can't bust me, man. That's it. Dude, AI is a huge thing in business. Go ahead, Trudy. It's huge right now.
That's why we have the event in November. So everybody that's snowed in up north or can't work, come on down and learn something. Come on, come hang out with us Floridians and maybe get a tan in November.
Yep.
All right, go ahead back to the AI.
Vacation. Yeah, in terms of business, man, AI, it's so I love it, right? Because there's two sides of this hill, right? People are like, oh no, I'm not a fan, I don't want to use this. And then there's the other people who are like, I want this to be my best friend. My children are going to marry robots and it's going to be the coolest thing in the world, right? So it's like there's a medium, but how I see it, and I'm the first one to say it's changed my life, right? As you guys know, I get excited about things. So I can get distracted occasionally. It happens like every 5 minutes in my life. And so what I've learned is that I'm not the only one, and that's cool. And as AI is developed, things are getting better for us, right? Things are becoming easier for us. And it's not that we're getting lazy, it's making us more productive, right? It's that it's making them capable of doing more. It's making them, capable of doing things faster, right? And taking less time than it took prior, so they can build systems. And it's like, to me, even down to interviewing people, like a lot of guys, like an immediate thing is like the thing I hear my new girlfriend's in AI. I'm telling you, always listening, right? Just right there available for you. But in terms of what it can do in your business, and what it can do for you, it's huge. Poor Brad. Oh my gosh, it's so terrible. So terrible. Thanks, Casey. Thanks for that one.
And it doesn't even slow you down. It doesn't even slow you down.
I try to keep going.
Go to retriever. Here I go.
Man, you cut me loose. I said, don't get me excited on it. Oh man. It's nuts, but it's the capabilities that it has to help fast track our normal day-to-day stuff is huge. If you're not using it, you've got to, and if you don't understand how to use it, you've got to understand. You got to learn how to use it, right? It's not one of those things where, like at the beginning when TikTok came out, right? Everybody's like, oh, TikTok's videos for kids, ha ha ha, it's so funny. And now everybody's like, I wish I had a following on TikTok. I want to be famous and get paid to make videos. Like you can't be on both hills, right? You have to decide where you want to choose. But how I see it is if you're going to use it as a tool for business and it's making you better, that's all it's about, right? Is making, like I know for us in our business, it's helped us to act like it's, in certain cases, like we have multiple employees, like we have multiple, people holding certain portions of this business where it's like, hold this idea. I'm trying to build something here and then bring it back into it. And it's amazing.
Is that a mic or does that give you oxygen as well?
It's breathing. Oh, the oxygen. Cuts off the
Well,
circulation.
deep breathing here. Just no, good information. And I'd love to get that for next year's some AI training.
Yeah.
So we need to find somebody that's, or you, if you're good.
I'm down. I think it's
we got that slot that's open if it ain't been filled yet.
The world that we're moving to, though, and this is something that's super important that people need to understand, right? Is that people aren't going to Google nowhere near as much as they used to. It's like the numbers are crazy. Every single day the drop off is happening. I built an entire business off of people going to Google alone. So it's something that you need to constantly be aware of, right? And making sure that Google's going, or making sure that ChatGPT or these AIs are going to mention your company's name. Because if somebody's not going to Google looking for you anymore, and they're just going, I need a pressure washer, who's the best pressure washer in my town, right? If you want to know how AI is working right now, pull it out. Not UKC. Okay. And then make sure that you grab your phone, all right, and make this and go look at this and say, who's the best pressure washer in my town? Who's the best soft wash company in my town? Who does the best Christmas lights in my town? I challenge you to do it. If your name is not mentioned on there, get better, scrub. That's all I got to say, right? That's it. Because the facts are people are going to search that and they're doing it. And if your name's not being mentioned, you're losing. I don't want to lose. I want to see everybody win.
Yeah. So, Brad, what do you have to say?
Come on, Brad.
Brad loves AI.
I'm over here in the comments section. I'm just trying to see where this is going to go. Yeah.
Oh, Doug? Yeah, I was looking at that too.
I think you guys should get Casey on and let me head off to bed and just let him rip on here with Jared for a little bit.
We can do it.
Brad passing out. Brad's. Hey, I appreciate you for staying as long as you did, Brad.
Yeah, no, I told you 30 minutes. No, I think the thing with AI is like, one, it's not a miracle, but two, the big thing is it's a skill.
Yeah,
is AI is a skill, and the thing that's going to be more and more obvious is people that use it casually and people that use it well. And it's going to backfire, right? Casual users who let it loose in their business to be their content writer, their whatever, poorly trained, poorly whatever. It's going to be like, ooh, that's one of those people that uses whereas people that are really good at it are going to 10x their output with it, 100x their output with it. So it's like anything else. You got to learn the skill. If you want to reap the rewards, you have to invest into learning.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just read Casey's joke. Sorry. Inappropriate, sir.
Jared's too old to be using some of this lingo. Colin, dang it. I learned, dude, Colin. So Colin's the one that turned me on to the AI reader for the meetings, and the AI assistant that's in there. And that's changed my businesses day to day. I go from video chat to video chat with guys. And it's so nice to be able to be in the moment and just know that it's being recorded, that I can go back and look at it later. And that also all of my next steps or things that we talk about are generated right there. Like and when he told me about this, I was like, oh dude, I got to see this for myself. It changed my life though. But that's another key piece to it. Like, I think the future, and this is where Brad and I are excited to see things change in the future, is that people that are shopping now they're not shopping the way they used to in 2012. They're not shopping like they did in 2015. They're not shopping like they did in 2007 online, right? When they're looking for a pressure washing store, a supplier, washer company, when they're looking for a paver sealing company, when they're looking for a window cleaning company, right? A contractor, that doesn't work like it used to, right? People are they're looking through different ways and through different avenues, and they want quotes differently. People want instant quotes. They want things that are completely available to them right away, and they don't want to have to wait, right? They want, there it is, the Skid Daddy hat. I should have worn my Skid Daddy hat tonight. Dang it, I forgot about that. It's over here. Alana's got one for me, but it's not the signed one.
Oh,
I got it right there.
I have to go call it, get mine.
My signed one's hanging up.
I don't have a hat. So I've been out over here.
You gotta. Brad goes from meeting to meeting and takes one hat off and puts another one on. Literally,
I did that for a long time. Yeah, have you guys, anybody's tried out the new Nano Banana yet?
No.
No.
What's that?
What is that?
Oh, it's so
He's about to
Google
turn us
just,
on.
Google just I shouldn't even say words like that with these children in the comment section. I can imagine. Let me do that off air. I don't be in the DM, Casey.
Do you really
Thank
want to
you.
give him your address, Brad? I mean, just asking.
In the PO box.
The P.O. box.
That's what I sent Jared.
That's Jared.
So we were talking the other day, and Jared was like, "Hey, is that pond like part of your property?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I've been looking at your address on Google Maps. I've been looking to see your property." I'm like, "Holy crap!"
He caught me stalking.
Your
He
bro
caught me stalking. I was trying to go fishing.
Creeping
You know what
over
I'm
there.
saying? Be like, hey, Brad, we should go fishing sometime when I come up that way.
So AI, I mean, like I'll type something, make a post, and I'm like, oh, let AI help me, and I'm looking at it going, well, that's just not me, and I just can't. It's just so impersonal to me, just the comments, and I'm just like, I used it like twice, and somebody's like, oh, that's a bot, and it was like. Yeah. You know who she is? Like, she's not a bot. Like, it's an actual person. But the way it comes out, it's not me. And that's the only AI I know how to use. So I'm going to take whoever's class is going to be teaching it, and I'm going to learn. But it's just, I just can't.
Jared, you need to have my boy Scott come be on the podcast one week and let him nerd out like to death on AI. It would make his day, and I think everybody would enjoy it. And he is like the funnest guy. So that is all he does these days is code. From the time he gets up on AI when he goes to bed, and he's
crazy.
Well, I just wrote, Trudy, to kind of piggyback off what you said. I just wrote a blog just earlier today where the first thing it talks about is mastering the prompt engineering, right? So what you're talking about right there is called prompt engineering, right? In order for this system to work, right, you have to, a lot of people are like, I want a conversation, but you can't have a conversation. It's a robot, right? It's not, it's not even that. It's a language, model, right? So it's designed to feed you exactly what you're asking for based on the knowledge that it can search and that it has accessible to it, right? And so based on what you give it, the information that you prompt it with. And so, I'll cheat, because I'll tell you exactly how I'd do it if I was you. I would say, that I'm a sweet lady who loves to take care of my customers. Everybody calls me the queen of clean, and they also refer to me as their mom. Make sure that when I want to write a post that says, I'm talking about the Panhandle event, and when you do, make sure that you talk about it in my voice and make it sound like me, right? Immediately, it's going to give you a 10 times better prompt than what you asked for the first time, right? Because it didn't know, right? It didn't know what you wanted from it, and you can set the standard. So, because I'm a hype guy, I'll just give you guys a little cheat code. And what I do for me is I tell, like, if you know Gary V, I don't know if you know Gary V, but a lot of people do know Gary V. If you don't, you should know him. You should look him up. But I literally tell my prompt, when you talk to me, I want you to speak like Gary V would, right? I want you to talk to me from this space, and I want you to encourage me like this would be, and I want you to help me to lead the way I want to lead. And I'm also, in everything that I speak in, I want to speak in terms of a leadership space, right? And so in your case, you'd want to do the same thing. But that to me is the most important thing, is how you prompt it and how you tell it what to give you back, right? Is the ultimate win there.
Yeah, AI is a mirror. AI is a mirror, and it feeds you back what you give it. There's a really cool thing, and I haven't done it yet, but Jared and I need to do it. And honestly, truly, it'd be a really fun experiment to do it with you. There's a AI called Delphi or Delphi. I don't know how the right way to say it. Mm-hmm. And it is all built around creating a digital version of yourself. It can replicate you. Bro. But the way that it works is it's what you feed into it, right? And Trudy, you've been doing content, these videos for years.
Yeah.
And you could literally link your channel into this thing. It can suck up everything you've ever said, every post you've ever made. And it will, and I promise you, if you did that, you would have someone to talk to. Be like, "Oh my goodness,
what you just did."
So,
it's so good.
I was like, yeah, I got an IT lady that can work right on that. Get right on that.
So anyway, there's some really fun use cases with it, but
Yes.
it's the context you give it, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's the thing that you give it, and that's the skill, is kind of understanding how to talk to it. It's like learning a new language.
So I pretty much just gave it the information, but it didn't have who was giving it the information.
It didn't understand. It didn't have enough, and it's like whatever. Like I think the easiest tip for AI, and I don't know, maybe everybody knows this, but is to dramatically over-explain.
Yes.
Whatever you think you need to tell it, you need to write like 3 more pages of information for it, and just say it in like the most wordy, over-explained way possible, and that will help. And then if you want it to be better, give it examples. There's a thing called few shot prompting. Give it examples of things that you like. Here's the last 10 posts that I made. Yeah. Here's the last 10 things I wrote. And here's what I think about this. And here's what I think about that. And feed all that in, and then ask it to put something back out, and it'll sound a whole lot more like you. So there's effort in it. And that's the part, like, it's like the weight loss pill or the whatever else. We want like the thing that we can do that's like, I want AI to make all my stuff for me. Yeah. But you have to give it something to get it back out.
And the more you do it, the better it gets. Brad, you go.
I got to go. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's always a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you, Trudy, meeting you for the first time, Anthony. Casey, if you actually don't mind sending me a hat, I'd love a hat. I will send you my address. I'm going to take you up on that. And I will talk to you soon, Jared.
Love you, Brad. You're the man. Thank you for coming.
In November.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Are you going to be there?
Awesome.
Yeah. He'll be there for one day for sure. He's got another event that he has to go to right after that. So we're hoping.
We got a winner.
He's not going
to
be
my
there.
dog, Antonio. Look at him. Cheaters in the chat. You want it?
He said he wasn't going to be there.
Oh, boo.
He got a new baby.
Oh, that's right. You had the baby.
We got
the baby.
Roll it again. Roll it again.
Roll.
So
he's going to be really heartbroken now.
Yeah. Dang, man. You could have. Look what you could have had.
Well, you know what I want to say, that a lot of the people in the comment section have booths, and they're going to be at the Panhandle event. You know how much fun this event is just by reading the comments?
It's going to be hilarious.
This is the event on a podcast right here.
Yeah.
Kid Baby's coming to the event. Yay.
Kid Baby, let's go.
Yeah.
Still in the show.
Nick Johnson.
Nick Johnson.
We have a
Mr. Johnson.
So comment.
What do you get? A VIP ticket? Is that what he wants?
Yeah. VIP ticket to get to the event. If you're coming, Nick, just let us know. Hey, Barry Little showed up last minute after the show. Hey, Barry.
Right at the last. So plant
boy. We waited for you, Barry. We waited till you got here.
We waited for you.
We wanted to make sure.
Oh, they keep going. All right.
But like Brad had said, the last thing I want to say on this, like Brad said with that recreating yourself, right? I've been telling Alana, we are so close from being able to model our lives to literally not replace ourselves, but to put an assistant of ourselves. Like I don't need an assistant. Screw that. I don't need a virtual assistant. I need me. I need something that looks like me, that talks like me, and that knows what I know. And the more I talk to an AI prompt, the more it will talk like me, the more it will act like me.
We don't need two of you.
Oh, dude.
We go banana crazy.
Imagine the things. Oh.
Well, then Alana can have one, and Casey can have one.
Hey, I guess that'll work.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, listen, big things coming up in November, the 5th and 6th in Panama City Beach. Encourage everybody to go get registered. www.panhandleexpo.com. Get registered for that
event.
event.
Battery just went down.
We're going to put on one heck of a show this year, guys. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be full of speakers, industry leaders. I mean, it's going to be a dynamic show. It's going to be one of the best, I think, that Panhandle's ever put on, and I'm just glad I get to be a part of something like this. Just be even background or whatever I'm going to be doing, because they'll never know what I'm going to be doing when we get there.
So just the education, the experience, the networking is just part of.
And the big thing about it, it's free.
Yeah.
You get all of this stuff for free, all this education. You get to meet all these
It's
industry
priceless.
leaders and stuff. I mean, it's priceless. You cannot afford not to be at this event November the 5th and 6th. And don't forget about the 4th, the special training coming in. We have the PWNA. They're going to be doing free classes.
That's a big deal.
A free.
Is that 100 or 150?
Certification.
Is the first 100 or first 150?
It's 100, right? No, how many people were 100? Yeah, 100 total.
First 100.
Yeah, that's all
people that get registered for that. It's a free safety certification course. Yeah. Look good in your profile on you, all of your AI stuff and all that stuff. And
yeah, whoever C3 is, they
bought everybody know that you're certified in safety.
Right in the bar, they took the whole bar area.
Dang. But the cool thing is that every person on that list has a vested interest, right? Like all of these people want to see everybody succeed. Everybody that's there. Not only do we want to have a good time, but we want to see all these contractors do well, and win and come back next year and be like, remember last year when I was broke and now I'm rich? Look at this.
Maybe not rich, but maybe have a bunch of relationships that are keeping steady money getting in their bank.
Or rich. I'm just joking, right?
Rich with knowledge and experience.
That's the right way, Mom.
That's it. That's right.
I love it. I'm just kidding. It's good.
Awesome.
It's been real, bro.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Everybody.
You get Jared Swan at Jared Swan. Just get him at he is, man. I mean, it's all the time. Like I always tell you, man, just your presence just lights up the room. I mean, you walk in that building down there in November, it's just going to be electrified.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You tell them, Phil, that's what Phil and I have been talking. It ain't nothing wrong with making money, right? There's nothing wrong with having a business that serves this community that you work in, that you live in, that your family lives in, and that you are proud of, and it makes money, right? None of us are in business to do this for free. Everybody is in here to make money, make profit, right? So
but the Panhandle event does not promise you things.
So good.
We don't promise you things that that we don't know you're going to achieve. We're not like other shows that's going to promise you're going to make $1 million, but we are going to give you the guidance. We're going to give you the networking. We're going to give you the mentorship and the education to help you get there.
The cool thing about the speakers like that is that they're not, like you said, not everybody's trying to sell something, right? They're up there. Literally, it's like, if we're going to talk, it's about education. That's it. If you want to buy my stuff, come see me at my booth. I'll show you where that's at. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk.
Hey, Jonathan. So, I know we're over, but every speaker, trainer, and people that have booths and sponsor us come on their own dime. We don't pay speakers. We don't pay their transportation. We don't pay for them to stay. They come because they love the industry and they want to give back and they want to help educate and teach people how to do this and keep this industry growing strong and doing it the right way. They do it out of their own pocket because they love the industry, and you can't put a price tag on that. They can because they're paying the bill, but for you guys that are coming free, it is priceless, and you're gonna miss out on so much by not attending this event if you can make it possible. I mean, if you've got jobs lined up, not make money, but schedule around it if you can, because it's worth it. We're far enough out now. You can schedule around those jobs to make it and make your business better in the future.
Yeah. Go get registered, guys. That's www.panhandleexpo.com. It's running across the bottom on the blue this time. She done changed everything up on me.
Switch up. It's awesome.
All right, thank you guys. We'll see you next week with John Tornabenny, and we're going to be talking parking garages, Cetus show, and he's been doing 3 of the Panhandle events, so we'll be talking a little bit about that too.
He's the expert.
Yes, the expert in parking.
OG in the house. The GOAT.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. You guys have a great night.
Thanks for having me. See ya.